All right, what is up, everybody? And we are back with another Throne and Liberty video. Can you guys tell that I'm addicted to this game? Exactly. All right, so congrats. If you clicked on this video, you have made it to level 50. And now you're probably wondering, like, okay, what now? What's next? I have no real quest to do, no storyline missions. How do I progress to get to the true end game? So in this video, I just wanted to talk about some of the things that you should be doing daily to help you with leveling and get you closer to getting your end game gear. All right, so first things first, we got to talk about your gear. With being an end game, your gear is going to be very important based on your build. Now, if you are lost, there are plenty of build guides out there that's going to be able to help you determine what armor or weapon type is better for you and for your build. Currently, I am running longbow and daggers right now. So if you didn't know, each particular weapon set does have gear pertaining to them, right? So this is where I say, like, go ahead, do your research. There's a lot of websites out there that's going to help you when it comes to knowing what gear you need to put on, because the one thing that you don't want to do is put the wrong gear on. And now at this point, you're actually hurting yourself than helping yourself. So currently right now, the gear that I have is not the best, but we are working. So like I said, I did my research. I already know what I need to be going after and what things I need to be doing. Okay. So what you are going to need to do once you figured out what gear you need, now you got to figure out where you got to go and get it. Okay. So the first thing that you're going to want to actually check is your co-op dungeons. Now, most of your gear should be within co-op dungeon. Okay. Most, I would say, my opinion. So you just have to farm the dungeons. Look at the bosses to determine which boss has the gear piece that you need and have it. When I farm currently, I have a solid team. If I am soloing, I'm using the party board option, not really party matchmaking. It's up to you. It doesn't really matter. But for me, I find I have a better solid team when it comes to party board. But to each his own, you guys do what you guys want to do, okay? Now for me, in my build, I need to be trying to get Death's Abyss so I can get the Gagger and this armor right here, as well as Cave of Destruction. Did I say dagger for this? My bad. My longbow and Cave of Destruction for my dagger. So those are the two bosses that I'm currently focused on when it comes to dungeons. And then I'll, you know, shuffle, do a little bit of everything when it comes to your co-op dungeons, because you can also take these pieces. Let's say you get an item that you don't necessarily need for your build. Keep in mind, you can take these pieces, either turn them into a lithograph to then put them on the auction, or extract the traits to then put them on the auction house. So it does not hurt to not do, you know, every dungeon, in my opinion, right? Because I feel like it's a win-win. You might get some things that you can just put on the auction house and get your loosen up. Okay. Now keep in mind, the dungeons, you do have the dimensional contract tokens, which mine is a little high right now. We're not going to talk about it. So I got to start farming probably later on today. I'll start farming some more dungeons to get that number down. You get 660 a day, or 900. Is it 900? My bad. It's 900 a day. So you can do a good amount of dungeons, get them done. But like I said, just keep in mind your dimensional contract tokens, because once you get down to 0, you can't get the items anymore. So there's that. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, which you guys, I think I've said this in like my previous videos, are the events, right? So like the events are my favorite part about this game, just because of the community behind it. But events, you can do events. You just go here to your map, then you go up here to timetable, and if you look at some of the events, you can see that some of them, well, not this one, where is it? Or we'll go world bosses, right? Sorry, this is a conflict zone, so just know that you're going to be getting PvP action. If you don't want that action, don't bother. Okay, if you don't want that work, don't go. Don't be like me, be better than me. I went up there into some conflict zones thinking that I was big and bad. No, child, I was just bad. But we're working on it. We're working on it. So if you go into a conflict zone, just know that it's going to be PvP. But I say all that to say you get rewards. So in certain events, you're going to have the opportunity to get items that you're probably going to need for your build. So just be mindful of the events and be mindful of when they're happening and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna lie, they do happen pretty often, and I don't know if it's just a me thing or because I'm noticing that's when I'm on the game a lot is on the weekends, but I do notice that they tend to do a lot of events on the weekends. They do them every day, don't get me wrong, but a lot of events happen like more frequently, that's the word, on the weekends. So if you're free on the weekends, make sure that you're doing your events. You can always put a timer, because if you're anything like me, I forget all the time. Even if I have a timer, I might just forget. So I'd like to do a timer, remind myself, okay, I can try to go to this world boss, get etc, etc. Okay, so another thing that I'm going to say to recommend you try to do is your open world dungeons. Now, the reason why I say that, because with the open world dungeons, you do get access to be able to get some good loot when it comes to your items, anything like that, gear, whatever the case may be. And another thing that I do like about doing the open world dungeons is that you get these rare stallones. Words are hard, man. Okay, but you get these gems, right? And with these gems and everything like that, you can go ahead and actually put them on the auction market. If you guys haven't noticed, your girl out here trying to sell, get the Lucy right. But yeah, okay, here we go. So you can get these precious rubrics, precious marins, these precious gems. I just call them gems. They look like gems to me, okay? But you can go down here and farm the hell out of open dungeons and get to it. And if you see that this does have a border, right? So anything that you do notice that has a border, which means you're able to sell it on the auction house. So you get a good amount of them too. So look at your open world dungeons just to see the loot that you can get from them, and also you just get loot that way you can sell it on the auction house. Also keep in mind the abyssal contract tokens, which I am actually running out. I'm getting to my cap here in a second, but your abyssal contract tokens, you're gonna need these in order to get a good amount of loot from the open world dungeons. So just be mindful of your abyssal contract tokens, and then you should be good. It's going to be like the same rule applies when it comes to your co-op dungeons, okay? All right, so one thing I do want to mention while we are here right now under the map and under open world, let's talk about a guild. Now let's talk about the open world first, right? So open world dungeons, like I said, they're really good for farming. However, with certain dungeons, once you get to a certain floor, you are going to need a guild, which brings me to get in a guild, okay? You may not like it, but there are a lot of benefits and all that stuff when it comes to being in a guild. I'm not gonna go into depth, but I'm in a guild myself. There's a lot of perks that comes with the guild and everything like that. Also, it also gets onto your weeklies. So if you can, look for a guild. I'm not gonna hold you guys, the community here in Throne and Liberty is really dope and really cool. I haven't seen any crazy stuff yet in the chat. So if you're looking for a guild, there are a lot of people that are in the chat that like kind of advertise their guild. And no matter if you are hardcore or you're just a casual gamer, try to find a guild that's, you know, based off of your playstyle. If you're just casual, you get on when you can, then, you know, try to find a guild that's laid back and chilled like that. But if you do have the ability to, I do recommend getting into the guild just because it has its perks, you know? Okay, now I've said this plenty of times before in the past, and I know, I get it. Maybe you're a little bit tired of me. Like, you might be tired of me saying this, right? Do your freaking contracts. Doing your contracts daily is going to help you level your gear up. It gives you the ores that you need to upgrade your gear, sorry. It also provides you with the training due to help you get the mastery points for your weapons. So your training due, mastery points, helps your weapon be stronger. Training do good. Gems help you level up and make things that you need to craft your growth stones. Good. So do your contracts. Don't be like me, be better than me. We're getting there, y'all. It's been a long day. But don't let your contract rights go over. Diminish them as much as you can. You get, 10 contracts a day, 10 contract rights a day. So do your contracts. And make sure you're utilizing your training due. Now, mind you, when you get your training due, they are at a 24-hour limit. So make sure as soon as it gets into your inventory, just use it. Just use it, okay? When it also comes to your contracts, like I said before in like another video, try to get them in the same area. So this was Shatter Temple, Shatter Temple, Shatter Temple, Shatter Temple. So more than likely, when I do my contracts, I'm gonna pick all these 4. So that way I'm getting them done in the same area. I'll refresh, right, to try to get maybe another one in Shatter Temple. So that way it's like I'm killing like 4 stones, 4 birds with 1 stone. Not killing 4 stones. But do your contracts, y'all. It may be a little bit tedious. It may be a little bit, you know, time consuming. Well, it's really not even time consuming, y'all. I'm not gonna hold you. But there's a lot of benefits to doing it. So make sure you get your contracts done. All right, y'all. So another thing that you're going to want to do is come here to your Sunrise Merchant. Now, with the Sunrise Merchant, what I personally like to do is just buy out the daily limit, just because I'm stockpiling at this point. Even if you're not cooking, and cooking is probably like not your main priority right now, I promise you when you get to end game, it is going to be your main priority. You're going to see some recipes and you're going to be like, damn, I should have been started like getting on my eggs, getting on this, etc., etc. So just start stockpiling. Buy it now. You got the money for it. You're not cheap, okay? You have the money. You're good. Just buy it, okay? Another thing that you're going to want to try to get done is utilizing your contracts right here, okay? Now, these contracts are really dope because of the loot that it gives you. So I already opened up some because I do plan on doing some today. Let's see if we can. All right, so boom. Let's do this precious blessing pouch, okay? Now, within this precious blessing pouch, words are hard, y'all. Within this pouch, it gives you a chance at getting some blue or purple gear. So I would recommend doing these. It literally has the same concept as contracts. And yeah, so these for me personally right now are my priority. Then I'm going to probably do my contracts a little bit later. But go ahead and get these done. That's why I have them all open, because that's my goal. Just because of the loot. Like the loot from them is amazing. And then just be mindful that you only get 3 a week, and then 6 a week as well for this one. Also, while you're already in Sunrise Merchant, grab these World Tree leaves because they help you with your Ametoi. For you guys that didn't know, your Ametoi does have the ability to heal you over time while you guys are out in the world. I can make a more detailed guide or detailed video when it comes to the things that your Ametoi actually can do for you. But pick up some World Tree leaf because your Ametoi needs it, okay? You probably need it too, okay? I'm just saying. Bodies, you got the money, okay? All right, so another thing that we're going to talk about is doing your weeklies. So your weeklies are going to be found here in your menu. Just get these done, and honestly, I kid you not, y'all, like you don't have to put this on the forefront of your daily to-dos, because I personally feel like as you're playing the game throughout the week, you are going to get these done. But just be mindful to come here and make sure you're claiming them. And just be mindful, especially when it comes to PvP. So if you're not doing PvP, it's fine, but just know that you do have some weeklies when it comes to your PvP as well. And it does give you a chance at getting some epic items. So just keep that in mind too. Okay, you see where we are? We're in the Ametoi house. So your Ametois are something that you want to be utilizing daily. You want to be sending them out on expeditions daily, okay? And then as you can see, they're able to give you these items, okay? And this is once again your abyssal contract token points that we were talking about earlier. So if you are a little bit low, you can go ahead and pop these to go ahead and give you some more, okay? But make sure that you're sending them out on your expeditions. Now, what I would say, in my latest video, I was doing 8 hours. For the most part, I would just go in there, put 8 hours and call it a day. I have now changed my little theory. So while I know that I'm actively playing the game, I am doing 1 hour. Once I am done for the night, where I know I'm about to wrap it up or whatever, I'm going to 8 hours until I come back. So that's what I've been doing for the most part. And I do see a bigger benefit. Now, you guys let me know if I'm just tripping, right? But I do see a bigger benefit when it comes to doing 1 hour, and then when I'm getting ready to log off, I'll go ahead and bust the 8 hour one and call it a day. but send your Emma toys on an expedition, okay? All right, y'all. That is it. Once again, this is what I've been doing daily to help me level up and get my gear to where it needs to be, and it's just helping me with getting to my particular end game gear. I do hope that this video was helpful. I hope you guys are actually really liking the Throne and Liberty videos and tips and tricks. Also, you guys, if you know any more tips and tricks for Throne and Liberty, please feel free to go ahead and put them in the comment section below. And if you want some more Throne and Liberty content just like this, do me the biggest favor, go ahead and drop a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel. If you're not already subbed, what are you doing? If you're not already subbed to the channel, what are you doing? Go ahead and smash that subscribe button for me, and I would definitely appreciate it. Until then, I'll catch y'all on the next one.